So I'm on Facebook today, and there was a article about April 1st. People who receive food stamps are going to have to make sure that they have a job. And I see all these comments. Oh no, what? It's terrible. Oh, Trump. But don't they understand that people, especially us black people who work every day, and some of them make these comments, they are actually people who work every day. It's not going to be affected. I get tired of going to work every morning and seeing people abusing the system. They on the porch playing dominoes or drinking 40s or whatever they doing early in the morning. And I used to see this a lot. And this is crazy that so many people feel like this is a bad thing. I mean, we work hard every day, and there's people who just try to live off the system and don't even care. That's their whole agenda is to milk the system. And people who are hardworking and are middle class are more poor than them. You know, you get it made where you get on welfare, you get money for food, milk, whatever, and then you get stay in Section 8, where your house, your apartment, or whatever is like $7 or $8 or maybe $100, and everything comes to you at the cost of the government. And you could go out there and work. There's people who just milk the system. You know, just being in my profession, a manager, I done had people come up and straight tell me that, hey, I don't want a job. I just want to work long enough where I can get my benefits. And these are people who have better health than I do. So that's crazy that we as Americans, and this is just a socialist system, just let the government pay us and we don't do anything. But it's sad that, you know, there are good black folks out there that don't understand that there are people who, and it's not all just black people, but it's people out there that's taking advantage of the system. When the system was created, it wasn't just for to stay on welfare forever. It's to get you up and going and get you a helping hand. So when you do go through the rough times, there's a system in place to help you out. It's just ridiculous that there's people out there that this is it become a way of life. And don't let me get on to people who are fronting and stunting and saying that they can't work because they disabled. Because I know many of people who are faking disability just to get a check. But this welfare is not going to help us grow as a people. First of all, it's not going to put us where we need to be. I doubt that Martin Luther King and all our great leaders had in their mind, yeah, we want to be equal so we could get on welfare and to live off the government. And that's what kills me about this. It's wide open. There's people that are intentionally trying to live off the government, and it's sad. Yeah, if I lose my job today or tomorrow, and I want to get assistance, and because I'm in between trying to get a job, that's what it's for. It's not for me to say, yeah, for the rest of my life, I just want to collect a check, live off welfare, and that's the way it's going to be for the rest of my life. Well, I got two good arms, two good legs, good health conditions. That's not what welfare was invented for. So, but everybody's like in so much of a shock. April 1st, and that's the article. It says new food stamp work requirements take effect April 1st. So, and it's not going to even affect everybody who is on welfare. First of all, a federal rule that takes effect April 1st will require some recipients of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program (SNAP) to meet certain work requirements to continue receiving assistance. Essentially, adults between the ages of 18 to 49 who do not have children and not disabled will have to work at least 80 hours monthly to qualify for federal assistance. Now, I got people on Facebook, oh, this is the end of the world. Oh, this is so horrible and terrible. I don't even think they read, first of all. I think anything that's anti building yourself up is wrong in their eyes. There's nothing wrong for having people who are 18 to 49, don't have children, and not disabled, and be able to work 80 hours a week. That sounds good. I mean, I wish there always would have been like that. There are roughly only 10,000 of these able-bodied adults without dependents in the capital region. So this is starting in Baton Rouge, April 1st, and I hope that it goes nationwide. But that's crazy that people are against this. It's not black people as a whole, because just like Chris Rock says, when you go to the ATM at night, you're not scared of the media. I'm not scared of another black man. It's some of these people who are low lives, and like I said, it could be black or white, but there's people at another standard that we hardworking, got moral values have. And that's the thing that where I'm talking about. People who are just want to mooch off the government system, who doesn't care about working, who's not trying to get any kind of goals in life, who's not trying to get any kind of satisfaction of a job well done, that just basically just want to mooch off the system. And that tears me apart to see this. Go on to say SNAP recipients who fall in this category and do not meet the work requirements will only be allowed to collect benefits during 3 months over the next 3 years. These work requirements have been in place since 1996, but the entire state of Louisiana has been exempt from the policy. Recipients can satisfy the 80-hour requirement with any combination of time spent working a paying job, volunteering, or participating in workforce development training. So there's still a way that they can still mooch out the system. But yeah, it's going to require some work. Oh Lord, do I have to get up out of bed and put on some clothes and go do something? I'd rather sit at home, drink my 40 or smoke my marijuana or whatever. But yeah, well, I might actually have to go out and get a job. After a recent federal change, 14 of Louisiana's 64 parishes will be exempt entirely from the change. Those parishes are, and I'm not going to go read all those, but it's 14 won't even have any change. There are additional exemptions from pregnant women, people participating in drug or alcohol treatment, students, and people taken care of in incapacitated person. With the waiver and with other SNAP recipients qualifying for federal exemptions, the Louisiana Department of Children and Family Services estimate that the number of Louisiana residents affected by the rule change will be about 31,000, which is about 3.8% of the state's 810 SNAP recipients. And that's not a lot. I mean, but if you look on Facebook, people posting it, you act like this is the end of the world. Trump done killed the American dream of being on food stamps, and I gotta go vote Democrat because they're going to take away my food stamps. A lot of people not even on food stamps. A lot of people work every day, and that's where as a black Republican, I'm trying to show people that a lot of people are Republicans that are black, because just like there's a lot of people who do believe in that, there's a lot of people who believe like I do, who don't want to go to work and slave 9 to 5 and get a paycheck, get taxes taken out, while we watch people and know people who live off the system and mooch out the system. Some of them live better than we do. They get money from the government, disability, then they get Section 8, which they could pay their whole bill off one check. If I could live off $80, $100, or one person said they only pay $8 a month, get subsidies for electric bill where they only pay $20, $40 for electric bill. We are actually paying for all that, but we the ones working and slaving every day, 9 to 5, and people are getting the benefits that we don't have, and we the ones broke. You see them, they get to go buy new shoes, new cars, new clothes, and we don't get anything because we work hard, we take care of our bills. About time we get a check and pay all our bills, we got next to hardly anything left. While people who don't work and live off the system, and then they get a little job doing hair on the side, or they might go and sell something where they can make some profit, and they don't turn that in, but they have more money than us most of the time. I once told somebody that I like, if you do the math, if you like what we spend and what we have to spend compared to someone who is on the system, who is in the system, and get everything subsidized and paid for by the government, I'm like, they are banking. And we could take that same amount of money that they are and that they receive and that they have to give out for bills and housing, and we can live like that, we would be mega rich. I wish somebody would come in and say, "Oh yeah, well you don't have to pay your mortgage this month. Just give us $100, or I would gladly pay a year in advance." That that's how great that would be. But you got people who can work and are taking advantage of the system, and it doesn't help anybody. It's just people who want to just mooch off the system and think it's okay, you know. And one day I'm gonna go through the history, how welfare started under FDR, and then it stopped, and then it was brought back under JFK, and it never stopped after that. But it wasn't something for long term. I mean, if you're a big history buff like me, it was something for temporary to get the country through what was going on at a time period where we did need help, where we was going through a recession as a country, and people needed this help. It was never long term. And I don't know I wish it was harder restraints, drug testing, help, a time limit. Definitely need to be a time limit. So I am definitely glad that this is the first step in getting people back on working. I'm not against people as a whole, but people should be working if they can. Now, if you're disabled, truly disabled, if you really can't find a job, then first of all, I think we need programs to help people find jobs, to get them off welfare. I don't want to ever see nobody just hungry and homeless. I mean, definitely we need to take money and put toward homeless people, helping them get back on their feet. But just people who I know and I see, and they can work each and every day, but they just choose to live off the system. That's pretty crazy. I don't think that should ever be done. So let me know how you feel about it. Like, subscribe, leave comments. I never turn off my comment section. I was looking at someone's YouTube today, and I wanted to leave a comment on what they were saying about religion, and they turn off the comments. So I'm like, well, can't communicate with you since you turn off your comment section. So I definitely want to hear what your point of view is on this. So again, like and subscribe. And until next time, Black Republicans unite.